Okay, for today's episode, we're going to be installing the progressive suspension 412s on my Harley Iron 883 from 2020. And I'm going to go over every little steps that you require to install this bad boy onto the bike itself. And then later on, we'll do a first impression and long-term impression of the progressive suspension on the Harley Iron 883 Sportster. So before we begin with the unboxing, let's go over the tools that you need for installing the progressive suspension here. First off, you need a wrench to hold down the nut at the bottom of the shock here, and I found that through the owner's manual, a 3/4 inch is the right size. However, if you have a 19mm wrench like I do, it fits a little tighter, so I'm gonna go with the 19mm, but you can get away with a 3/4 inch. Another one you need is a T50 Torx for the 2 bolts holding the shocks. And then what you want is a regular socket wrench and a torque wrench that goes up to 50 foot-pounds. Now, this is a little bit of an overkill. It is my tire torque wrench, but it does go down to just below 50 foot-pounds of torque. So I'm gonna try to utilize that. And then as well, you want a thread locker. I have a blue one here for medium strength that I'm gonna be reapplying to the bolts when I install the 412 shocks into it. As an optional thing to have, I have a painter's tape that I'm going to cover some of the metal parts here so that I don't scratch it up with my wrench or my tools. And then I have this magnetic tool where if I drop something, I can easily, oops, there, come back. I can grab it like that without bending over too much, but that's just a neat thing to have. You do need a jack, so if you watch my previous video, I bought myself a new motorcycle jack specifically for this, but obviously there's more applications I can use for the motorcycle jack, so I'm excited to use that. And then I got straps to hold the bike in when I jack the bike up. So without further ado, let's move on to the unboxing of the progressive 412 shocks. Okay, so what's in the box when you receive this? Nice foam material. We got some warranty and as well as a little description of how this goes on to your Harley Davidson, blah, blah, blah. And then you got some neat stickers, sweet. So we'll put that away. We got our cool 412 shocks. Now mine is a 12-inch progressive 412, so it is slightly longer. So if I put it side by side with my stock one, you can tell that it's an inch taller than my original stock rear shocks. We got the special tool here for adjusting the preload. And then we have a bunch of bolts and spacers in here that I'm gonna open up. That was the worst way to open it up. Good on me. God damn it. Got too excited here. This is brutal. Good start, man. Good start. Okay. Hopefully I have everything. You got 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 and 2. So, like me, I'm missing a couple things here. Alright, how many am I supposed to have? No, it's supposed to be 4 each. So, note to self, do not open it like the way I did. That makes everything explode. Well, I found a washer that went all the way inside the engine compartment here, so it's a good thing that I have this magnetic pole. Grab it, there you go. See? Good use. And then I just saw something here. Oh, there it is. Boom! So yes, if you open this correctly and neatly, then you should have 4 of 1/2-inch sleeves, 3/8 inches of sleeves, and then 1/2-inch washers, 1/2-inch spacers. And then accompanying that is also a little bit of grease lubrication, which I don't know where you would apply this to, but we'll soon find out. Okay, so that is the unboxing, and next thing I'm going to do is jack up the bike, and then after that we'll get right into the uninstall of my stock rear shocks, and then get right into the installation of the 412s. Okay, so one thing to note is that because my Iron 883 has a security built into the fob of this key, if I don't have my key here, it's going to be flashing and draining the battery the whole time while the bike is upright, so make sure you have your key with you. think that should be good. There is no particular order to this, but I've been told from the online community to do the bottom first before going to the top. And one thing I'm skipping right now is releasing the preload. I have it set to my weight currently, which is about 6 dots. Let's hope that I don't need to release that pressure for this uninstall. There we go. So I loosened it, and now I'm gonna slowly take it off. Yep, there he goes. See if this comes off easily. A lot of tension on this. God damn it. Apologies guys, I'm kind of sick right now. You know what? I think I might have to take the preload off because it's feeling pretty tight. If you guys want to know how to adjust your preload, there is a video that I made a while back. It does pay dividends if you don't have the budget to buy an aftermarket shock. Essentially, you just do the reverse of what I'm doing right now. I don't know. I'm starting to think that it was not worth readjusting the preload here because it's not making things any looser. But I'll do it anyways because now I'm committed. That should be enough. Tighten that. There you go. It's locked in. That's still tight because I'm an idiot. We'll do the top off, which doesn't have a nut on the other side. So it's just, there it is. Jesus, how long is this bolt? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Came off. I'll put the top up here. Bottom set's here. Voila. Look at this. Feel pretty proud, guys. I'm not a very good handy mechanic if you haven't noticed already, but this is looking pretty good. Now I assume I would have to lift the bike up a bit more to get this. All right, let's get the other side off. Of course, they also say if you have accessories, you should take them off, but I'm lazy, so I won't do that. There you go. Now, one thing to remember is that on the left side, it seems like there is 2 washers instead of 1. So for this one, I'm going to try to do it without releasing the preload. Okay, there's the nut. Then let's get the top one off. Oh, there it is. So yeah, you don't need to release the preload to get this off. Boom, just wasted some time there. Now, for the next step, I need to increase the height of the bike so that it gives me extra room to put the progressive 412s on, which is an inch taller than my original stock shocks. Give it a little bit more wiggle space there, and then we'll jack it up a bit. Okay, was that enough? Too tall. It is a bit of a trial and error. I think we have it. All right, let's tighten this back up so I don't lose my bike. Okay, first things first, sticker goes on the outside so it looks like this. That means we need to get the spacer from the inside out, like so, and then put this right in the middle. There you go. That should be good for the bolt to go in. Nope. In fact, you don't need this because the bolt itself goes right flush. And then the spacers like this. So it needs to go in like that, I guess. Let's see what the thickness is like. Oh yeah, that's pretty similar. Okay, so let's plug one in for the bottom as well. Boop. And then change the washer out. Top bolt. That. And then the spacer should go in like this on the top. And then on the bottom, same thing. Let's bring a brand new washer in. Like so. slider in, and then the spacer. And then, bum. Voila! Look at that. Ooh, forgot to put the thread lock. Actually kind of difficult to hold everything together. Okay, here we go. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna do the top first. Switch it to clockwise. I won't do it crazy tight here because I still need to get the bolt in. And then my little nut. 19mm wrench, and tighten her in. Yes! I love when things get tighter. That's what she said. Now this is the interesting part because I have to use this giant tire wrench to tighten to the recommended 50 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, 50 foot-pounds of torque. There we go. Good. Now let's go to the other side and do it. Boop. Boop. And then, now this one had double. So let's make sure we use double for this one. I guess I'll reuse one of these. This, like that. Okay. Here's for the top. Hopefully this side goes in smoother. Hole. Good. Okay. Okay. Same thing here. Make sure we put some thread lock on. Boop. Finger tighten in. Hold her tight. Almost there. Just gotta now tighten it with the torque at 50 foot-pounds. Okay. All right, good, everything's tight. And voila, now we are done the install of our Progressive 412 shocks. Now time for a quick first impression ride that I will make in a different video because this is probably already long enough. So if you're interested on what I have to say about the Progressive 412 compared to my stock Showa shocks, make sure you click that like and subscribe button and come back to the channel. Ride safe, ride prepared, ride on. Peace.